Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are inside the finished polytunnel. Finally got it finished, got it sorted on the 13th, the Sunday before the avian bird flu lockdown. So really happy with it. Big thanks to my wife Kaylee and also my dad who gave us a hand to get the skin on. And yeah, me and Kaylee did all the timber work in the week leading up to it. So yeah, it's all sorted. I'm getting pecked to death by the chickens at the moment, and the guineas are as loud as ever. So this is the setup. Just wanted to show everybody what we've done. There's been some great ideas on social media of people's setups, and yeah, I've just really enjoyed seeing how people have got around the problems. And wanted to show everybody what our decision was. We've gone for the polytunnel to put the chickens, mainly because it's a big space. We needed to get it finished anyway. It wasn't ideal timing with, you know, it being winter basically, but and it was a little bit windy. I'm not sure whether we should have necessarily tried to put it up, but yeah, push come to shove, I guess. You've got to do what you got to do. So we got it up. There's still some things to finish off. We've got to do the staging in here. So I'll just flip the camera around so you can see. We've got the metal staging up. I think I put that in another video actually. We already had it up when we did the frame, but we've got to do all the timber work for it. So that still needs finishing off. We've put some plastic over the stone chip-ins just to stop the chickens scratching it about. Probably have to give it a hose off now and again. But the staging actually kind of works because they can perch on it. We've got their feeders off the eggmobile in here, and some buckets of water for now because we don't have nipple drinkers in here, but they all seem to be drinking out of it okay. It's just not wholly hygienic really. We could probably do with some covered drinkers, but it's getting us by for now, and obviously we're completely sealed in the polytunnel. There's no gaps now that are too big that we can get birds through. I do want to put a bit of a trim around some of the doors, but that's really more of a ventilation thing. I don't know if it's actually better to keep them with a little bit of a gap for ventilation. Yeah, not sure on that, but the gaps are too small to fit birds at the moment anyway, so it's not an issue. So the other thing that we're doing in here is we've brought in a load of bales of hay, which were pretty poor quality, to be honest. We had a lot of rushes and the grass. There was a lot of thatch and bits that ended up in these hay bales, so they weren't great for feed for the goats or the sheep, but they are perfect for bedding, and we use them as bedding for the goats anyway. But it's panning out pretty good for bedding for the birds. So because they're obviously in an enclosed space, there's going to be a lot of chicken manure in this tunnel over the next several weeks. So what we're doing is we're just putting a bale of hay down over where the chicken caravan has been. So that was the other good thing about the polytunnel idea, is these doors are actually wide enough. We have to take a top and bottom piece out, but we can just wheel the chicken caravans in. So that worked out really well. We just towed them in with the little mini tractor, and yeah, we can just keep moving them about and then keep adding hay to the floor. The chickens seem to love it for like dust baths and scratching it about. It's something for them to do. There's not a lot of grass left on the floor already. That's didn't take long for them to annihilate pretty much everything. But that's not really an issue. It's dry in here. It's actually warmer, which is lovely. It's not too hot because obviously we're winter, but it's definitely warmer than outside, and we've had really windy weather, so it's been great to get the birds in and get them protected. They're all really dry for a change because we've had so much rain. Yeah, not a lot of negatives really. With not having the eggmobile, for the hens to lay in, we've just put a few nest boxes inside the chicken caravans, and that's where they're laying. That's sort of what we did before we had the eggmobile anyway, so the chickens are used to that. We're hanging some lettuces and things that we've just bought from the shop because we haven't grown our own veg this year, just as enrichment. But we've got a couple of things in the Amazon basket which we're looking to buy, just to keep the birds busy, really, give them something to keep them entertained. And yeah, you know, it does feel, although this is a nice setup, I think, for them, especially considering all the things that they could have had outside, it is still a little bit of a shame because they've gone from having, you know, up to nearly 10 acres that they can roam around. They normally stay in the field that we put them in. So, you know, for example, the top field, that's about 3 acres, and they've now obviously moved into a 42 foot by 24 foot polytunnel. So a bit of a downgrade in one sense, but they're doing okay with it. So that's the setup. A few things to finish off on the actual tunnel. Like I said, we need to retighten it down, finish the staging, put a little bit of drainage on the outside here, probably a couple of extra hinges, because we've only got 2 hinges on these doors, but I think we could probably do with 3, one in the middle. We could do with some latches on the inside of the polytunnel. We had a small cut on the outside of it, not sure how it happened. I've got to get a little bit of tape on that. It's not very big, it's about 3 inches long. But yeah, I've left the skirt around the outside of the polytunnel. I just don't know if you can see it, but along the bottom here, didn't cut it off tight to the base rail, just because we haven't tightened it down fully. It's just finishing it to the floor so nothing can get underneath. And on the other side, we've had to put a few bits of timber just to hold the plastic down, stop anything getting in. But no issues so far, pretty happy with it. We've gone for this setup on both ends, so we've got 2 fold down top halves of the doors, so the door on either side, the top half hinges down, and then we've just got 1 single door in the middle with a latch to let yourself in and out. I've just got a latch on the inside on one door at the moment, but like I said, one of the jobs will be put a latch on the inside of both doors just so that you can lock it behind you. Stops the door blowing, and it's pretty critical when you're doing jobs with the chickens to be able to get in and lock it shut. I'm not sure if we got the pleats dead right on both sides. First time we've ever skinned a polytunnel. It was just myself, my dad, and Kaylee, so you know there was only 3 of us, and seems to be a lot of different ways on fitting a polytunnel or building a polytunnel, timber wise, and also skinning them and where you tension them. It's a 42 foot by 24 foot tunnel. It is a commercial tunnel, I suppose, at that size. We picked it up second hand. It was, yeah, I can't remember really what we paid for it, but it was just the steel work. The guide actually bought the plastic for it, but hadn't put it up. He didn't have enough room. He bought 2 of them second hand himself. So it's actually third hand to us, but it's only ever been installed or erected once. The second time is now we've done it. So yeah, and like I said, it's new plastic, new tape, the thermal tape over the poles, and all new timber work, so, and hinges and ironmongery. So it's yeah, it's a second-hand tunnel. It's a big saving on a brand new one, and because we've done all the install, we leveled the plateau with my digger, we did all the concreting of the sockets in ourselves, and obviously did all the plastic and the timber work. It has saved us quite a considerable amount of money for the size of tunnel that it is. So yeah, a few things left to do. But just wanted to give everyone an update, let you guys know what we were doing for the avian bird flu. I think there's a lot of people sharing ideas and things like that on social media and YouTube, and I think it's great to get ideas. I think that this is the solution that's working well for us. I've got the Eggmobile outside now. It's just made redundant for now. Might get a couple of projects finished on it over this winter, and hopefully this bird flu thing will pass soon, really, because well, one, we want the polytunnel for growing in, and two, I just really would prefer to have the birds out on the fields. You know, it does our pasture great. You can see how green some of our grass has come where we've put the birds, and it's just, yeah, it works really well for us. So thanks for watching, and I'll try and get on top of getting some more videos uploaded soon. We've got loads of content that we've got lined up, but I've been busy in work up until now, so hoping to have a little bit of time in January to finish a few jobs around here, get some more uploads onto YouTube, and keep you all posted. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.